soon explain it. If you work hard, you get so good. Kaja no say me they try, but to me look more dog and dog. Nobody pay who balana. Masare wale, walo pale monte. Want you to pay who call it back.
ADENIJI on Mainland 98.3 FM, sponsored by National Council for Arts and Culture, NCAC.
Well, hello everyone, good morning and welcome to Creative Nigeria here on Mainland 98.3 FM. Can you imagine? Did I just forget? But it's a pleasure to be back here. A very, very happy new year to all our listeners. Indeed, 2023 is new and already we're on the fifth page of the 365 day book, but definitely every page that we open this year 2023, I want to believe that it will be new, it will be fresh, and I want to pray for everyone. This is just me praying that it will be success stories from day one to the very last day of the year 2023. So beautiful morning. Most definitely we have a bountiful, beautiful package for you, and you can be sure that we are excited. My name is BUNMI BADE-ADENIJI, and I don't do the show alone. I'm here with Frank Meke. I'm here with OLUWOLE Sharon James, and we have a bumper package for you. Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Ebube.
Good morning. New year for our listeners.
It is.
Of course, we are sure here that we'll not relent.
Yeah.
We are sure here we believe in Nigeria.
Yes, indeed.
That's why we're Creative Nigeria. We believe in Nigeria. We believe Nigeria will be great. We will overcome this.
Yeah.
And that is why your prayer is really apt. We also believe that God will strengthen us.
Amen.
Because it takes people to change nations. Nations don't just happen on
Yeah,
its own.
yeah.
So one man too can be a nation. So those who are positive should be the people running this country.
Yeah.
So much of negativity all over the place, but we shall overcome.
Amen.
And besides that, truth sets people free. So we
Yes.
also tell ourselves the
The
truth.
truth.
And that's why on this program also we are coming up with going to introduce tourism and politics.
Yes.
How it is, because everything other thing.
That's one marriage that I'm not sure.
No, it's a new segment we're going to really look at it. What has anybody done?
Yeah.
If you are in government, if you are a governor, if you're a house rep, if you're a local government chairman, whatever it is, what have you done? Well, because you play politics, and the case may be, so you occupy the seat because you want to serve people. And of course, tourism is about serving people, helping people to come by. It's not just something you just mouth over. You understand? It creates jobs. It helps to keep society going. Make sure people are happy, as the case may be. Of course, making money out of it and make everybody happy. From transportation to, all aspects of it, hospitality, and it's all encompassing about life. So that is what we want to anything we are bringing on board this time around. And I don't know, I think we just think that we've got an award. I leave it to
it's amazing, honestly.
Amazing. And I think for us it's going to be a back-to-back thing. We were going to also, this is going to be give birth. Creative is going to give birth to other ideas.
Most definitely.
That's coming. We're just trying to let's deepen this first. So we want to thank management of Mainland FM.
Yes, many thanks.
What did they say we are?
They say we are the best independent program here on the station. That's just such an honor.
Well, I dedicated to you, Bumi.
I dedicate it to you too, sir, and the whole crew.
And the whole crew, and of course our chief of staff, who is always Of course, she's always with us here every day.
Yes, every Thursday she's always here.
And a little girl too who is doing weather. So I'm sure your weather today will be
outstanding.
Thank all our crews and
Joshua on the camera.
We thank everybody. And our listeners for making us good, because if you are not there listening to us, this will really happen.
Yeah. So we want to say many thanks, Mainland FM. We have become a family, actually. So we were wondering, this red box, what is this? we had no idea. So many thanks, many thanks. We are on this journey together. And if you weren't here, we wouldn't be here. So thank you for being there, and thank you for such a beautiful facility that just helps us to present the show without stress. We're cool, we're calm, we're collected throughout the show from the start to the very finish. We don't have
the one lesson we have learned here is that, you see, no matter how brilliant you are, no matter the gift that you have, if you don't have an encourager, it's not a money thing. You can pay all the money that can to do a lot of things, but if you don't have people really encouraging you, telling you certain things, even sometimes when we
do wrong, they let us know
this way. And I think that's where you thrive. In fact, you get to the moon, as the case may be. So for us here, I think we've got to the right place. We have good people around us.
You said it already before that we tell the truth. And we're also in the midst of people who tell the truth. So it's such a working relationship, and we couldn't have asked for another. So thank you again. Of course, during the course of this show, you'll be hearing more about the Lagos Fiesta. We'll just, since we announced here on our show that it was going to happen, and now it has happened, we would like to just bring back report. We would have liked to have the special advisor to the governor on tourism matters here. Unfortunately, he can't be with us today because he's just a little bit under the weather. The stress of getting that show on the road.
And the truth is also that's his first outing.
Exactly. So I'm sure it got to him.
It got to him, because he wanted to do what. But there are reports saying, he didn't jump, and this and this didn't happen. The governor was not there, and blah blah blah, and all those things. So people say a lot of things when you do programs. So it's not to run you down, but possibly there's areas where there could. So, but he will come around here. He spoke to us yesterday that he may not come. I'm sure he's going to come and explain himself, because we believe in scorecards.
That's part of the truth.
Yes, that's part of the truth. So let him come tell allegations, and everybody will listen to us here what actually really happened. Of course, you ask, where are we?
Exactly.
We also couldn't have been there too, because there are a lot of things. Here we get a lot of invitations all over the place, and we needed, not that we didn't prioritize, but me has to
I had family matters.
Do a lot of other room issues, and of course I can't do all things alone. But we believe that Femi Martins deserve to be here, deserve to also tell people what really happened.
Exactly, as the chairman of the local organizing committee.
Yes, the media also were really awash with a lot of other things. I think possibly they are not properly handled, because these things are strategic when you do that. But all the same, it's up to him to come to tell us what happens here.
We'll deal with that scorecard next week by God's grace. Of course, I do have a message for everyone, a special announcement from the Lagos Area Office of the National Inland Waterways Authority, that's NIWA. They are warning boat operators and other water users to be wary of the fog occasioned by the Harmattan haze. Engineer Sarat Brahma, the area manager, Lagos NIWA office, says all operators should be well advised on the weather situation and should abort trips. Let me say that again with emphasis. Should abort trips or journeys, as the case may be, if visibility is very poor. Very important, please. Passengers too should put on life jackets and should listen to safety instructions at all times. Lagos Greater Fiesta, indeed, we have talked about it. So hopefully next week, definitely, we will have that conversation. Of course, we are also starting that segment where we're looking at tourism and politics. So we're looking at what are the rules and the expectations of our federal lawmakers on tourism development. And so there's a commentary that will be coming up later on where Frank in a commentary, examined these expectations and development. And then, of course, Sharon is here with our weather report, and she will guide us on the issues of the day. You know, where are we having fog, more fog? Are we having rain? Are we having snow? And of course, we will get all of that. And so you want to fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a jolly good ride, and it's going to be a great time on this show this morning. So you want to call your neighbors, your friends, the friend of a friend, just everyone to gather around and listen to Creative Nigeria and the bumper package we have for you today. We'll be back after we run to the market, and we'll be right back after this.
Make we hear first from our water. Our water now we party, no be enemy.
Na true talk be that. So wetin happen now?
National Inland Waterways Authority NIWA don say make we no carry fear enter water. Make we cool and wear life jacket, face mask, and a boat change body small. Make we no panic. Make we stay put like Iroko.
So make we no carry fear enter boat?
Yes, ke. Water transportation better well. Jolly pool. Oga boat captain, red card for overloading, overspeeding, drink and drive. No NIWA pali, no transfer of passenger on top water go another boat. When boat dey move, no pump fuel give boat when passengers dey inside the boat. Wahala dey o. From this August, NIWA go call safety meeting o. Abeg, make we take responsibility. Obey NIWA order o. Safety NIWA, all correct job. Na NIWA Lagos area office dey bring una this safety awareness message.
Fellow Nigerians, have you heard about NICO? National Institute for Cultural Orientation. It's Nigeria's cultural intelligence and intellectual powerhouse. Set up to X-ray the diversity of Nigerian culture, language, history, tradition and ways of life, which binds 200 million Nigerians together, deepening peace, security and national cohesion. With offices across the 6 geopolitical zones and a culture training school. NICO also partners local and international agencies like UNESCO to harness and validate cultural assets, unique and beneficial to a national aspiration. An agency under the Federal Ministry of Information, Culture and National Orientation. NICO Abuja office is located at 23 Kigoma Street, Wuse, Zone 7E. Website info@nico.gov.ng. NICO, harnessing culture for national development. Are you a Lagos-based hotel and hospitality owner, manager and investor? Are you troubled by certain operational environmental challenges and need help? Then come over to Hotel Owners and Managers Association of Lagos, HOMAL. We provide you hospitality growth opportunities and counseling on prosperity, and also help you mitigate difficult hospitality trade barriers. At HOMAL, we do more. The planning our experience to take care of your interest, always. Located at Resort Court, 15 Chief Yusufu Abiodun Road, Uniru, Victoria Island. Call 081-872245 or 0812-425-5995 for more information. HOMAL, your interest, our mission.
Welcome back, and you're still tuned to Mainland 98.3 FM, where Creative Nigeria is on air right now. My name is BADE-ADENIJI, and Frank Meke is also here. So, before we went on that break, I should have given you our phone lines that you can call us on, because this is an interactive show. You can call and be a part of the show. Drop a comment. Also, yes, you can follow us on our Facebook page, Instagram page, and that's at creative_Niger_TV. And then, of course, you can also watch us live as well on Mainland 98.3 FM pages, so the social media pages, because we're live right now. So we did get comments on on our social media platforms, but you can also call us on 091-36000410. I'll take that again, 091-36000410 or 070-4902 1560. That's 070-4902-1560. And of course, you can send us a message as well on any of those two numbers in case you try to call and it's not going through. All right. So meanwhile, let's today we'll be replacing our news this morning with a commentary. Okay, a commentary by Frank Meke. But just before then, let's take the weather report by Sharon James. So Sharon, good morning.
Good morning. It's so nice to be back here.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. So what's the weather like this morning?
So today we should expect a sunny weather with gentle breeze, and then by evening the sky will be clear with periodic clouds.
Okay.
Now the temperature forecast is set to be between a tropical weather of 33 degrees Celsius, which is the maximum temperature, and a warm 22 degrees Celsius, which is the minimum temperature for today. Sunrise was about 6:59 this morning, and the sunset will be about 6:45 p.m. this evening. Today's daylight will last for approximately 11 hours 46 minutes. Today's weather report is said to be one of the coolest day this week.
Wow.
Yeah. And so this is the weather report from the Weather Channel, brought to you by Creative Nigeria. Thank
you, Sharon. So 22 is our lowest temperature. Wow.
I mean, but there's some serenity here. I mean, Sharon, of course, does her work well.
Yeah.
I think we need to be taking our weather very serious.
Yes.
I mean, I drove the other day, and of course, you can see the impact.
It's really hazy.
It's very hazy. And if it's like this on ground, what about the air?
In the air.
That is why the announcement by NIWA is very critical, because most boat operators too, you know, because it's beginning
it's on water, so there'll be fog.
Definitely. And of course, water has sent us all doing a lot. This is the season.
Yeah.
So everywhere, from Badore from Badore down to Ikorodu.
Yeah.
It's virtually no-go area.
Wow.
But I think the NIWA and of course the authorities in Lagos are trying to do things. And that's why we need to keep an eye on all those things. And tell, look, if you need to boat in the morning, you need to listen to our weather report.
Yes.
Just as an operator and even as a water user, as the case may be. So it's critical that we begin to pay attention. And of course in Europe, that's what people do. Before you get out in the morning, you go check the weather. But we just get in there. Of course, you're not properly dressed sometimes. People come back very sick. They're not supposed to be sick. Because the weather here now, of course, we're talking about climate change. I mean, the impact is there.
Now we're beginning to even appreciate the use of nose masks, because this weather generates so much dust.
Particles.
Dust particles. So there are times when I'm going into the market, I wear my nose mask because there's so much dust.
Before you just come back from an outing and then you're having serious cough and wheezing.
It is true. Those are part of the ecology of really trying to live well. To respect nature, as the case may be. But some of us take challenge. So I wouldn't want you to take challenge at this time, because if I had to treat malaria now, it's about 50,000. That's the cheapest you can get in those hospitals. And of course, I don't encourage people to do agbo. So if you think it's agbo that will do everything, some of these things that happen, I would have no solution to it. Even modern medicine. Okay, so
to get the right agbo, that's the main issue.
All right, let's run.
Our commentary section this morning will be is sponsored by Heck Travels. So let's hear from Heck Travels.
Hey Michael, you travel frequently and haven't complained of travel services. How do you come by?
I use the services of one of the best travel outfits in Nigeria, Head Travel Agency.
A travel agency?
Oh yes, Head Travel Agency takes care of travel plans, ticketing, insurance, visa, and provides pocket-friendly fares helpful in this new normal.
Really? What about holiday packages for families?
Trust Head Travel Agency on that too. On request, the agency provides both local and international tourism holiday packages with detailed country situation reports, car hire, and hotel reservations.
Where can I I locate Head Travel Agency?
Very easy, my friend. Head Travel Agency is located in number 2 Ibro Avenue, Rainbow Estate, Trans Amadi, River State. Telephone 0907-893-5167. Lagos office, Parkview Estate, Ikoli. Telephone 0806-24-63292. Head Travel Agency, always in touch.
Welcome back, and this is an X-ray of the House Committee on Culture and Tourism. It's a commentary by Frank Meke. This is 2023, 8 years counting down from 2015. To us in culture and tourism, it has been a period of most absurd ineptitude and crass neglect of a sector, unarguably a gold mine, lacking in polish and visionary leadership. Even though we are taught to be grateful for all things, one of those things to which appears emetic to me is the absence of accountability and respect to our collective expectations and yearnings for a profitable and sustainable cultural tourism landscape. I worry in particular about legislations on cultural tourism, legislative practices and bearings. I weep at the various dislocations and open windows to deliberate thieving going on in government tourism circles, to which weak and poor legislations and legal acts on tourism and culture helped enthrone. Between 2015 to this year, there are no records of oversight functions and activities tailored towards exposing unethical management of cultural tourism assets and services. Neither were there any town hall meetings by our elected representatives to brief stakeholders on the health of the industry. Hands in glove, souls together in very corrupt tendencies, our House Committees on Culture and Tourism at the two chambers of our National Assembly have failed us. Both houses have become chambers and synagogues of compromised signatories to our tourism failings, funds misappropriation and misapplication. They can't look at themselves in the mirror because they indulge the perpetrators. The leadership of both committees, instead of helping the industry, deflates the egos of failed and sleepy tourism agencies' heads. Rather, they help to inflate and influence their ballooning egos to Philistine challenges. Like the agencies, they are mandated to oversight and hold accountable our legislative committees, and in 8 years holds the best shameful and demeaning record of shying away from performing their duties, but rather they take pleasure in rubber stamping obsolete and deviant tourism policies, oiling deliberate neglect of the sector by agencies' heads, engendering wasteful and heartless funds releases on pedestrian fancies in the name of tourism. How can serious legislators, acclaimed lovers of Nigerian culture, how can serious legislators, acclaimed lovers of Nigerian rural poor and communities, watch, listen, and approve funds to agencies such as Center for Black and African Civilization, Gallery of Arts, National Theatre, and Whitewashed Film and Censors Board for 8 years without any qualms about their poor showing? What can we make out of funds for a Ministry of Culture that spent its time looking for opportunities to invite foreigners to a tea party, when the industry it claims to drive remains motionless and breathless? Now that the merrymaking and awards have been elevated to a national pastime by the industry and some its moribund agencies, can the House committees tell us why and how these deceptive conundrums will help us come out of tourism roots? Maybe 8 years appears like 8 minutes in the thinking of these our representatives on cultural tourism. Rather, one simply cannot understand the thought processes of these honorable gentlemen. Well, that's the commentary, and I've tried to inflect as much as possible the mood of the writer of this commentary. And so let me come to the writer of the commentary. What exactly is your mood, coming up with this commentary?
For 30 years, we've been on this bit. And I remember in my days in Vanguard, we were saying in a space of time, Nigeria is going to be an edge when it comes to tourism. But each day we watch by, we get worse by the day. And I think we also in the media have failed, because we also don't hold these people accountable. So the point here is that I believe come February, every Nigerian, including all of us, must have a stake.
Yes, so
we must hold people accountable. We don't just elect people simply like their face, okay?
and then go to sleep.
And I'm worried because legislation is very key to national development.
Yes,
the laws, and of course, there's oversight function. Here are committees that never went anywhere for 8 years. At least we should know.
Yeah.
Never visited any of these institutions.
We just had that conversation this morning about our national parks.
Yeah,
sure.
There are
things that should be done about this.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that area is also one area we're going to look at because let me not deviate to that area because it's critical. Because I've seen that cow, cow meat or cow. Okay, it's also it has become a currency of corruption.
A bargaining chip.
It also becomes, yes, a currency of corruption. It's also a weapon of terrorism. Also a weapon of destruction. And brings pain and sorrow. So I visited Odoyo just 2 days ago and I came back weeping. But like I said, we're going to come to there. We're looking at the more called mandate of our legislation when it comes to culture and tourism. Absolute failure. And I feel like they just allow this guy to run riots. Nobody holds anybody. I mean, you go there, somebody come present a budget for tourism. Of course, and it's approved. You are supposed to oversight him. What are those projects he said he wants to do? Has he done them?
That's the thing.
Is it beneficial to the people? Not like the Rotary for, who are the beneficiaries? Is it beneficial to everybody? Did it help the country? What turnaround? I mean, and you go back home every year, you go to your people are suffering, youths are unemployed. I have records of most of the communities because I relate with communities around the country. I do a lot of runs and all those areas. And I talk to you, and all they tell you, our children are home, no work, no work. And tourism is supposed to create jobs. Yeah. You understand? So these things are not happening. And somebody comes everywhere. I mean, look at this, this some of one agency. Let me just put it that way. Of course, which you mentioned the name, Center for Black. I tell you, you don't interpret anything. You are supposed to interpret what culture or what your office means, to our people, so that they can key in. And what you did was to take government money, gather a lot of people, and then you start giving them award as your own achievement. I mean, it's something
laughable.
that is laughable. In fact, it's painful. It shouldn't be. If I'm in government, and that's why, for instance, when Obasanjo was in power, he went for the best. He chose the best. We want people who can deliver. I'm not saying this president has not tried. He has tried giving everybody opportunity, but these guys are on sleep. You understand? Because nobody's oversighting them. Okay? We have a ministry that chooses to go invite foreigners. You understand? Instead of generating, tourism awareness within, cooperating with stakeholders, asking them what are their problems. It's only in Nigeria that we don't have. I mean, we've just gone through the COVID. It's so much destruction happening all over the place. The hospital sector is on their knees. Every other thing collapsed. But there's no intervention. And we just go home and everybody just smile over it. Then you bring in people here and you say you are holding one conference. It's not about conferencing. We're talking about creating jobs for our people. And I think that's why I said we were going to introduce
tourism and politics.
Yes, so if you are going to come, if any governor say I want to rule Lagos, for instance, the president, what has he done? Has he done well in this area? What job has he created? How many people has he touched? We talk about it. We can then vote for this man. If you are a legislator and of course in your area, for instance, you are coming from Badagry or you come from Akpabio. Or you come from anywhere that, of course, because these destinations are localized. So anywhere you come from, what have you done for your people? What job have you created? And we're looking at for access of it's not just putting down papers, long papers, windy papers, and proposals or your political your economic agenda, and people just don't read it. I mean, it's not a classroom affair. It's a practical thing.
It is practical.
It's a practical thing. So we need to fill it. So that is why some of these things we need to go back. We need to also hold ourselves accountable. For me, I don't really care. I will have over time, my work in this business. I mean, God threats, people threaten you, court actions and all those. But someone updated a court judgment, behind me. And I mean, those wrong things that people do. I mean, if you want to take me on and all those, let's do it right.
Exactly.
So we ask you, and I think the judge will ask you, okay, this guy said you didn't perform. You didn't perform.
So exactly.
So you tell us what you
have done. So why are you now fighting?
So why are you fighting? So why are you coming to court? You want to use the court to oppress people instead of taking it to serve people. I think this is just the thing. This country need to clean it up.
Yeah.
And in tourism, we need to clean it up. Time will come to clean it. And honestly, names will be mentioned here.
Indeed.
We will stand. We're not going to blackmail anyone. We're not going to we stand for the truth. If you have anything you want to do or you have done, come to us.
That's
and we will quickly tell people this is what you have done. And these are the beneficiaries.
Exactly.
And not some people who are hidden somewhere. We don't really know who they are. Things like that. So BUNMI is a new thing. That's a new call for us. On this bit.
It must be done.
It must be done.
Yeah.
So we look forward to putting an hash to it. And I believe that our people will respond in due time. And we welcome our listeners to,
yes, please.
Even though we don't have time, but to come in here. Don't call anybody names. Them calling doesn't mean anything.
Nah.
Just come with facts as well. Oh, this person didn't do this and that. And they know themselves.
Of course.
They really know themselves. And believe me, if I'm in government, I'll wipe them away. They just go. We don't know. No, we're talking about even reducing some of this, I don't know, wasteful agencies, and then you are still allowing them to run. We say we don't have money, and we're allocating resources, making releases to agencies that and we should give others.
Yeah.
Just like Bible said, so if what is given to you can be taken away from you, it's time we begin to take away and let them go and sleep at home. There are a lot of Nigerians who desire to impact
and are up to
the lives of
task.
others.
Yeah.
So that's the way it is, and I'm honestly, I'm angry.
I see that. The tone of that commentary. I did the best I could to just pass that on. But yes, you can still call us on the show 091-36000410 091-36000410 or 070-4902-1560 070-4902-1560. Well, that's what we'll be able to take on that segment, and that was supported by Heck Travels.
Hey Michael, you travel frequently and have a complaint of travel services. How do you come by?
I use the services of one of the best travel outfits in Nigeria, Heck Travel Agency.
A travel agency?
Oh yes, Heck Travel Agency takes care of travel plans, ticketing, insurance, visa, and provides pocket-friendly fares helpful in this new normal.
Really? What about holiday packages for families?
Trust Heck Travel Agency on that too. On request, the agency provides both local and international tourism holiday packages with detailed country situation reports, car hire, and hotel reservation.
Where can I locate Heck Travel Agency?
Very easy, my friend. Heck Travel Agency is located in number 2 Ibro Avenue, Rainbow Estate, Trans Amadi, River State. Telephone 0907-893-5167. Lagos office, Parkview Estate, Ikoyi. Telephone 0806-24-63292. Heck Travel Agency, always in touch.
You are the best. The very, very best. You make our world go round. This is where we'll always be your anchor.
At Anchor Insurance, we will always turn up for our clients when it really matters. We put in 100% because they mean the world to us. If you desire insurance services built around you, where claims are paid promptly, then come to Anchor Insurance.
You are the very, very best. You make our world go round. This is where we'll always be your anchor.
Anchor Insurance, where insurance truly works.
Welcome back. Let me take you on a journey on our No Nigeria segment. Another journey. We're taking this journey this time to Borno State. This segment is being sponsored by Topaz Travels and Tours. We'll hear from them at the end of this. So Borno State was created in 1976 when the former northeastern state was broken up. Originally, it included the area that is now Yobe State, which became a distinct state in 1991. In the northeast geopolitical zone of Nigeria, Borno State is bordered by Yobe to the west, Gombe to the southwest, and Adamawa to the south, while its eastern border forms part of the national border with Cameroon. Its northern border forms part of the national border with Niger, and its northeastern border forms all of the national border with Chad, being the only Nigerian state to border 3 foreign countries. It takes its name from the historic emirate of Borno, with the emirate's old capital of Maiduguri serving as the capital city of Borno State. Being the second largest in area of the 36 states, only behind Niger State, despite its size, the state is the 11th most populous, with an estimated population of about 5.86 million people as of 2016. Geographically, the state is divided between the semi-desert Sahelian savanna in the north and the West Sudanian savanna in the center and south, with a part of the montane Mandara Plateau in the southeast. In the far northeast of the state is the Nigerian portion of Lake Chad and the Lake Chad flooded savanna ecoregion. The lake is fed by the Yobe River, which forms the state's border with Niger until it reaches until it reaches the Lake Chad. In the center of the state is part of the Chad Basin National Park, a large national park that contains populations of black-crowned cranes, spotted hyenas, patas monkeys, and roan antelopes, along with transient herds of some of Nigeria's last remaining African bush elephants. However, a section of the park was taken over during the Boko Haram insurgency in the early 2010s, forcing many fauna to flee. Large animals were not seen until 2019 and 2020, when a massive herd of migratory elephants returned to Borno State. The state is predominantly inhabited by the Kanuri people, while other ethnic groups such as Lapang, Babur, Bura, and Magi are also found in the southern part of the state. About 85% of the state's population practice Islam, with an equally few number of adherents of Christianity and other faiths. Sharia operates as the primary foundation for the development, interpretation, and enforcement of most civic codes and laws. The Roman Catholic Diocese of Maiduguri has its seat in the state. Ecclesia Yanua, Nigeria, that's the EYN buildings in Maiduguri, were destroyed by Boko Haram as a part of their uprising. The buildings were later rebuilt. Borno State has an abundance of natural resources like kaolin, diatomite, trona, natural salt, iron ore, silica sand, and more. Some tourist attractions in Borno State include the Sambisa Game Reserve, the Chad Basin National Park, the Mandara Mountains, Lake Alau Nature, Borno State Museum, and the Lake Tila. Now let's go to their food. Ndalegi, the Kanuri people of Borno State, Nigeria, are mostly popular for the consumption of a fermented, sun-dried, agglomerated powder produced from pearl millet or sorghum, and this is called Ndalegi. I hope I pronounced that well, but that's Borno State for you. A really, really rich state, I must say. Rich in culture, rich in fauna, apparently. So it's a nice place to visit, if not for the Boko Haram insurgents, but I think they're beginning to get all of that under control.
Yeah, for me, a lot of people got to know about Borno because of
Boko Haram. Yeah.
But believe me, that is any post in Nigeria that you go to, you will never want to leave. We like what the governor is doing. I like what he's doing. Of course, restoration of a lot of disclosure and all this, but he needed to pay attention to most of the tourism resources, because that's the best way to get people back into Borno State, as the case may be.
Because so many people fled.
Yes. Look, those days when things were what it was, when you go to Borno, Borno State is a place where, I mean, if you like fish,
Yeah.
From that lake.
Yeah.
I mean, the fish, fresh fish, and they are so big. They don't cut the fish. When they cook it. Yeah. So you have a whole fish before you.
Yeah.
And of course, you can take as
much as you want.
Excuse me. So. Beautiful place, and of course the Chad Basin National Park. Of course, these are those things we want to talk about. A lot of good things about this country that over time that have been destroyed because there are people outside forces who want to really do illegal. And of course, they serve as a buffer zone against incursions of nature.
Yeah.
And of course, particularly climate change. Of course, all the interventions, over time by government, the green walls and all those all already are gone because of dislocations around there. But we believe that over time things is going to get better. Of course, Yusufari, the sand dunes of Yusufari. Of course, you have the oasis within the place. A place where, believe me, I'm going to talk about Dubai, talk about Middle East. You need to come. That Nigeria actually is blessed.
It is. It is. In fact, when my husband visited Maiduguri at that time, he said that that state is in a different time zone from the rest of Nigeria.
No, definitely. I tell you, it presents all kind of various kind of nature, and of course, when it comes to even weather, sometimes it can be extremely cold. Sometimes, of course, it can be extremely hot. So it gives you all kind of. Believe me, you wouldn't want to come back this way. Let me not just put it that way, and we are very hospitable people.
Yes, I heard that too.
Very, very, very hospitable people. Of course, people think that it's only Muslims. They're also Christians.
No, they're Christians.
They're Christians of in Bono, and that gives it the blend.
Yes,
the mixture.
A good balance.
Anyway, we pray that Nigeria gets better. We pray that the governor. I want the governor to
do another
to look into the destroyed tourism resources there, and of course cooperate with the National Bank to rebuild Chad Basin National Park, because it's very critical for them because of their buffer zone as in the country and where they are. Of course, a lot of bordered by. You can look at how many
other countries and then talk less.
So that is why you see it's one area. Protected areas management is very important because they will help to keep an eye, of every foreign incursion and all those things coming from outside this area. So it is important Bonny comes back, on his faith, and we're praying that it be so. Like every other place in Nigeria, we pray Nigeria should be peaceful, and that's why, like I said earlier, everybody that loves this country must vote next month.
Please, February is just how many days away.
If you don't vote, then you don't like this country.
You must have your PVC.
No, you must have it
by now because
you must have a say.
Oh, good.
And I spent less than 5 minutes. I was so surprised when my friend told me that I should go and collect mine. That she didn't spend up to 5 minutes. I thought she was joking. I was like luck that day. But I went and I spent less than 5 minutes to collect.
Look at that. INEC has been clamoring and they've been putting it out there.
It's not they're doing well, and of course you can see that. So, I just came back from Oyo, and I saw a lot of political activities there. Nobody is shooting anybody.
Exactly.
Nobody, because the laws of the land. That's why it's very important. Closed up all the loopholes to all those snatching of ballot boxes, and all are gone.
Yeah.
So it's now, and I tell you, it's not going to be even across political lines. It's going to be individuals. What have you got to offer?
Exactly.
That is why our segment on, tourism and politics
is very important.
Whatever we want to do, or you've not been there before, you want to go in there, you come talk to us here.
Yeah.
And those who are there, we also will challenge you, will ask you. It's a scorecard thing.
Yeah.
You don't do well, please don't come back. You don't really. This country needs to move.
We do.
There's no more sentiment, no more story. People just stop these stories. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You had all the opportunities all this way. Why didn't you do that? Now that you want to do it. So let's get something new. We need something new, something worthwhile.
Yes,
and people can hold accountable.
Absolutely.
People that can come to you and say, this is what I've done. Because after all, Nigeria belongs to each and
all of us. Yes.
Thank you. So man, let's go dance. Let's go to our music segment.
And of course, on our show, Topaz Travels and Tours sponsored that segment, and after we hear from them, we'll go straight into our music segment.
Hello there. The world of travel changes in seconds, and border post requirements needs the touch of a professional to help you navigate through the challenges of airline cancellation, delays, and health requirements. At Topaz Travels and Tours, we help you keep eyes on the ball, processing your travel needs with ease, taking your stress away. For your international and local travel tickets, travel insurance, reservations, hotel bookings, car hire services, and visa guidance, you can trust us to deliver as your ultimate choice. You can reach us via WhatsApp on 08094015458 or call 08033138658 or visit our corporate office at Suite F8, first floor, Babson Mall, plot 2425, Herbert Macaulay Way, Wuse Zone 4, Abuja. Email info@topastravel.com.ng. Topaz Travels and Tours. Stress-free travel.
It's my turn to get baby.
Translate, it just means that look, this year, because this is I'm looking at it this way, it's a message to you that this year God will look and smile down upon us and deal gracefully with us this year. So of course he also mentioned something about men doing well to you, women doing well. That just simply means that across board, all round, we will have favor. That's I believe that's what Iyonu Odonmo by.
I want to appeal that most of our listeners, particularly corporate organizations, agencies of government, like the Ministry of Tourism in Lagos, Environment, Information.
Yes,
because we needed to keep this country going. And of course, from culture, music, you name it, we've got it all. And Nigerians need to, appreciate what they have. Look at, the last World Cup. The only gain for that country is the culture.
What's their culture?
The culture. That's the only gain. And they made a lot of money. That's why they made a lot of money. In fact, enough to even pay back all their investment.
Exactly.
And the people tell you,
look at what happened at the closing ceremony when they put that cloth on Messi. That they tell us that their stores sold out that bisht. They call it the bisht. They sold out all of the copies that they had in stores.
That is strategic thinking. That is when it comes to tourism. And that's why I said, do you know how many people they have employed over time and still remaining in job? Look, there are even visitors that are going to come back.
Oh, yeah. Just because they enjoy the ambience.
You understand? Even though they ask them, oh, no, they gave way. People who, of course, want to, but you need to do
it within a certain.
And the length also. They learned that look, we can't continue to shut down because of religious.
It's still what we're saying about legislation.
Yes,
they came up with new legislation that could allow
some of this to happen, because after all, you need to create job for your people.
Absolutely,
it's not just. Let's just dance to.
Let's dance. And of course, on another
until next week.
Until next week, definitely. And we're opening the doors and our windows, our windows, our floor, everything to political players, people in the political field who want to talk about what they have to offer Nigerians. This is a very, very viable platform that you can come to and just put out what you want to do for Nigerians, what you want to do for Lagosians generally. Next week we'll be having.
I was going to hold you to your words.
Exactly, I will be holding you to your word.
Tell us stories. You know, and those who already were there or rather are there and they're going to give up. Of course, want to come back.
Yeah.
Also, what did you do in the past 8 years? What have you done?
Yeah.
So we're going to look at that, and that's our contribution. Listeners, thank you, Chief of Staff.
Thank you for listening. Thank you, Chief of Staff. Thank you, everyone.
I enjoy this.
Yes, so that's our prayer.
And
for
these
you.
are words to all our listeners too.
We dedicate it to you.